I said in the beginning of this season that as a Dallas Cowboys fan, our life is just pain. And I know we're 3-1, but I don't care because I've been in this situation before where the Dallas Cowboys looked really freaking good. And then they do something and it all gets messed up by the end of the season. And well, with today's breaking news, I think I may have brought a support to my claim. Now, before we get to the content, I know in my last video, I announced a signed jersey giveaway. I'm gonna do an additional one because someone's already won. G-Town Biker asked for a signed Mitchell Trubisky jersey, but he forgot to put his Instagram or Twitter or some way for me to contact him. If you want a signed NFL jersey of your choice, make sure you are subscribed, you have my notifications turned on, and you put either your Twitter or Instagram handle with the signed jersey you want in the comment section down below so I know a way to reach you if you do win. And also, I get a lot of comments saying these videos are way too long for you. Well, we do shorter videos of these news updates on my TikTok at Mikerophone NFL. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Man, it has been an absolutely exhilarating year for Dallas Cowboys fans. I mean, I didn't want to jinx it, that's why I didn't make a video on it so far, but dude, we are literally a pass interference no call away from being undefeated right now, and the only team we lost to was the defending Super Bowl champions, and hey, who knows, maybe the refs just like rigging games for Tom Brady. I'm not going to say that, but if you want to suggest it, then by all means. And going into the season, the one thing I did understand is that the Dallas Cowboys had one thing that I knew was going to be absolutely razor sharp, okay? I knew this was going to be spot on no matter what happened on the offensive end, no matter what cute play call Kellen Moore made, no matter what stupid thing Mike McCarthy said in his press conference, or hell, even in Hard Knocks, his interviews were unbearable. No matter what, I knew that our defense was going to be in tip-top shape. I mean, we have DeMarcus Lawrence over there, although he's currently dealing with injury. We had a tremendous linebacker core with Leighton Vander Esch, new rookie Micah Parsons. We had Trevon Diggs, which for some reason I felt like he was going to break out because his last name's freaking Diggs, for crying out loud. We added Malik Hooker. We brought in Keanu Neal. Just multiple players that I felt like were going to be high impact players that were on proven contracts playing for a defensive coordinator that I truly believe in. I think Dan Quinn's a brilliant defensive mind. And well, unfortunately, despite the Cowboys being on a roll, I guess they are just getting some, maybe it's their win streak, I don't know what it is. Maybe they have a little bit of hubris, or maybe they just feel very confident in their linebacker core, because we got a pretty big surprise here, and it's something that I would have never expected, because an in-season surprise, according to Adam Schefter, is that the Dallas Cowboys have officially released Jaylon Smith per source. Well, actually, it's not official. It's going to become official tomorrow, but wow, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you were probably wondering what I was wondering when I got the alert that Jaylon Smith is getting released by the Dallas Cowboys. Why on earth are they doing this? If you've been a Cowboy fan for the past 4 years, this is a very valid question, because Jaylon Smith to the Cowboys wasn't just a regular player. It was a player that all of the Dallas Cowboys fans and Dallas Cowboys ownership really got behind. This is a guy that was considered to be a potential top 5 pick in the 2016 NFL draft until he tore his LCL and ACL during one of his last games at Notre Dame, and he was considered to be drafted anywhere from the 2nd round and the 6th round in the NFL draft, and the Cowboys took a shot on him in the 2nd round with the 34th pick in the 2016 NFL draft. And throughout the entire next year and a half, all you saw was training montages hyping up when Jaylon Smith was going to be good to go on the field. There were moments where we thought he would never even see the field, but eventually he came and he played for the Cowboys, and to be honest, he was pretty solid. I mean, I never would have imagined that he'd be bad. As a matter of fact, there was no draft remorse at all from the hands of the Dallas Cowboys, because after 2 years where he had 81 combined tackles and 50 solo tackles in 2017 and 82 solo tackles and 121 combined tackles in 2018, the Cowboys said, all right, we've seen enough. Jaylon Smith, you're getting a 5-year, $64 million contract extension with $35.5 million guaranteed. This was also a pretty wild offseason where the Cowboys also gave Ezekiel Elliott a 6-year, $90 million contract with $50 million guaranteed. I mean, they were just throwing around money at that point, and I think what ended up happening is eventually they had to pay Dak Prescott, and he got a $126 million guaranteed deal this past offseason, and that's when I guess the Jones family was starting to sweat a little bit. You see, the Cowboys also brought in a brand new defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, like we mentioned, and typically whenever a new coaching staff comes in, he may bring a couple of his guys, and in Dan Quinn's case, that guy might be Keanu Neal. You see, this is really interesting. Jaylon Smith has a 69.5 Pro Football Focus ranking, which makes him good enough to be 11th amongst all linebackers, so still, this is not a performance issue. What the issue is the fact that, one, Jaylon Smith may have fallen out of favor with defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. Just take a look at his snap count, for example. Week 1, he had 16 snaps. Week 2, he had 54 snaps. Week 3, he had 50 snaps. And Week 4, he had 28 snaps. But whenever he was given those snaps, he's shown that he's a fairly capable guy. But I think in this instance, what really scared off the Cowboys is his $9.2 million base salary for 2022 was guaranteed for injury. And I guess the Cowboys just didn't feel comfortable with that. So they decided to cut him loose so they didn't have to pay him in the event he got injured from 2022 to 2024. And I honestly think that's the main reason why Jaylon Smith is no longer a Dallas Cowboy, because if you look at all of his statistics, he's still a very capable player. The issue is that Dan Quinn has Keanu Neal taking up his spot, and so far Keanu Neal has been offering up more or less the same type of production, but for a fraction of the price. Yeah, he's been dealing with injuries so far, so I guess that's the reason they kept him around, but for the most part, there wasn't really a reason to keep Jaylon Smith around. So when you consider the fact that Keanu Neal is back, and he played 70+% of the snaps in the 2 games he's played, Leighton Vander Esch and Micah Parsons are obvious locks to start for the Cowboys. Micah Parsons looks like an absolute stud for the Dallas Cowboys so far, looks like a guaranteed hit so far, and considering the fact that there isn't enough playing time to go around, it just doesn't make sense to be paying Jaylon Smith the amount that you're paying him just to sit on the bench or just to be a rotational linebacker. That just is a waste of money, and at this point, the Dallas Cowboys don't have a lot of money to go around. Honestly, I still think Jaylon Smith's story is awesome. I'm sure he's very thankful to the Jones family for giving him the career that they gave him, and I'm sure any team would love to pick up Jaylon Smith, although I just don't think he's going to get a big contract like he did with the Dallas Cowboys, unless if he absolutely crushes it for his next team. It's a great time to be a team that's in desperate need of a linebacker, because if you need an outside linebacker, you could go ahead and sign Jaylon Smith. If you need an inside linebacker, Jamie Collins was recently released as well by the Detroit Lions, but he's probably going to go reunite with his buddy Bill Belichick up in Foxborough. But if you're a Cowboys fan, let me know what you guys think about this move. How do you feel about it? Emotionally, it definitely hit me a little bit, because I've been supporting Jaylon Smith from the moment we drafted him. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.